Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. So as you can see from the title, today I'm going to be telling you guys the long-awaited story time. And I do have my michelada here. But before I do get into this video, I do want to ask you guys to please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn on your post notifications for future uploads. Okay guys, so let's get right into this story time. A lot of you guys have been waiting for the story time because I did kind of mention a little bit of it to you guys on my Instagram story, and I kind of mentioned it to you guys when it happened, and I just never thought anything about it. You know, of course I removed it like an hour after, just because I didn't know what was gonna happen. So now I'm here to tell you guys the story. And so I think it happened like a week ago, and I hadn't done story times because nothing had really happened to me. Nothing as interesting for me to tell a story about it, you know. So finally something happened. So I take my son to school every day, right? He goes in at 9 or whatever. So I was driving him and I was looking for parking. It was about 8:30. He wasn't late to school or anything. No, it was about 8:40. The bell rings at 8:50. So I was looking for parking. It was like around 8:40. I still had a couple minutes to, you know, look for it and get off. It's not that far to take him to the gate, whatever. So I was in the parking lot and I decided that there was no parking, guys. I remember that day there was no parking at all, and I was like, it's fine. Everybody usually parks in the fire lanes. I know that it sounds like illegal to, you know, park in a fire lane, but everybody, I think it's like legal to do it sometimes, I don't know, but everyone does it. So, and there was no parking, so, and it was gonna be my first time ever doing that, so I was like, why not? I mean, everyone does it. I'm just gonna park here for like 2 minutes, take them, come back to the car, and let's go. Basically, the parking lot is kind of like a circle, so you go in through here and you go out through here, so you just kind of go like that, and that's it. That's the parking lot. And then the fire lanes are right here where you turn. The fire lanes are right here. So I'm like, okay, I'll just park there. So what I did was take a turn, and slowly you guys keep in mind that this is a school. There is cops there, and you have to go 5 miles per hour. Like, you can't go any faster. Like, you can tell if you're going 5 or 10. Like, you can tell, you know. So obviously I was going really, really slow. Yeah, like I said, I was going super slow. So I'm basically turned this way. I'm trying to back up into these fire lanes right here. There is a car parked right here, so I'm trying to avoid hitting it, especially because it was a red Ferrari. So I am like really watching myself and watching my mirrors because I am not trying to hit a Ferrari, right? I'm backing up, and all of a sudden, you guys, I literally did not take my eyes off of the mirror. What I was doing is I was glancing at each and every mirror, obviously, because you kind of have to be like, you know, looking at like the back, and then you have to look this way and this way, right? So the whole time I'm like switching off, looking at mirrors. So as I'm glancing at another mirror, I looked at the top one, which is to see in the back, and I see this car, and I just see like the girl that was driving this car. She looked really like kind of shocked, and you know, I got scared because I didn't see a car there before, and I was backing up. So when I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Like, it kind of, you know, obviously I pressed the brake really, really quickly, and I got scared. So I asked her through the mirror, and I was like, hit you? Which, if you guys can read my lips, obviously she could, because she said yes, that I had hit her. So I get off the car. I run to see what, like, the impact on our cars. I see nothing at all. So then I go to her and I'm like, are you okay? You know, is everything okay? I knew obviously it was literally, I did not feel anything. I did not see anything. So she said that I hit her. I don't think I hit her. And you know, whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, what do you want? Like, keep in mind, guys, I have never been in an accident, thank God, because I'm already super panicked about cars. Anything that has to do with driving, I'm always like, oh my gosh, go slower, because I just get scared for every little thing when it comes to driving. And you know, I have never been in an accident before ever, so I don't know. I mean, I kind of know what you're supposed to do, which is exchange information, but that's about it. I never know, like, I don't know exactly. I'm not a pro at this, you know. So I get off and I'm like, do you need my information? What do you need? Like, I can get, you know, do you need my insurance? I even like offered. And she is like, no, 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 I'm okay. Just give me your phone number and I'll get in contact with you later. At this point, I'm like, okay, well, here, you can have my phone number. I gave her my phone number. I gave her my name, and I was like, sure, whatever. You know, when I got on the car, I just dropped off my son. I went about my day, and I just didn't think anything of it, because when I got off the car, I saw nothing, you know, nothing there. So I was like, maybe it was just nothing, and I don't know, maybe she hasn't seen the car. Keep in mind, she stayed in her car the entire time. She didn't get out for anything. My reaction, as soon as I thought, well, she said that I hit it, I didn't hit it. I didn't feel anything, nothing at all. So as soon as she said yes, that I had hit her car, I got off and I ran to see like what had happened, you know. She stayed in her car the entire time, so that to me was like kind of like weird. But whatever, you know, that's why in my head I'm like, oh, she probably knows that nothing happened to it and she's gonna let it go. I just never imagined what's about to happen. So you know, I went about my day. Around, I had dropped them off around 9. I get home pretty fast, so I'm home and she texts me like around 10, like 10ish, 10:30ish. She calls me around 10:30ish and she's like, hey, I know this is cosmetic, blah blah blah, but you know, how do you want to go about it? Do you want to go through insurance, or do you just want to handle it between us? And I was like, whatever. Like, in my head I'm like, handle what? Like, what exactly did I do to your car, you know? But I'm like, okay, maybe, like, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm like, whatever you want. So, you know, we decided to handle it in between us. And when I was talking to her on the phone around, actually no, it was around 9, because I was still in the parking lot of the school. Yeah, I was still in the parking lot of the school, so it was like 9. So I had talked, you know, I talked to her and she's like, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, but can you send me some pictures of what happened to your car, like the damage to your car? She's like, sure, I'm pulling up to my driveway, I'll send them right now. All right. So what I'm thinking is like, you haven't even seen your car, because I mean, maybe she could have, whatever, but okay. So I asked her for the pictures. She says that she's in her driving, that she's gonna send them to me right now. She takes about 2 hours to reply to me, and she doesn't send me the pictures right away. She just kind of sends me like this big paragraph of how, thank you for getting off the car and checking up on me, but I'm gonna need your full name, information, and everything like that so I can report it to your insurance, to my insurance or whatever. And I was like, in my head I was like, no, 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 wait, like, let me see what I did to your car, because you're still avoiding, like, you're not sending me the pictures that I asked for two hours ago. So I ask her again for the pictures. She takes about a good 30 minutes to send me the pictures. She sends me some pictures, you guys. I'm not gonna post them just because I don't know what's gonna, like, what would happen. I don't know about these laws, like, what if, like, I don't know if I could get sued or something for posting her car. But she sends me some pictures of her car, and they are complete. It's like if she got like into a freaking car accident at the freeway. Like, you had to be going at least like 50 miles per hour to hit a car and make that type of damage to a car. So in my mind, I'm like, oh hell no. Like, once she sent me the pictures, I'm like, I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to scam me. Like, that's not fair, you guys, you know. Like, I was nice enough to like send her my phone number and like work with her, because I just never thought that she would do something like this to me. So you know, at this point when she sends me the pictures, I was shook, and I was like, you know what, you can talk to my husband, because I'm not really too good at like arguing, and she looked like she was there, like she was trying to scam me. Sergio is very good at that. Sergio is like a peleonero. So if anything, like whenever I'm like, okay, let's say I have a late payment, or I forget to pay my credit card, you guys, I'll tell Sergio to call for me, and he'll literally make them like sign it off and like take off the late fee. because he's such a peleonero. Like, I'm not a peleonera like that. I just kind of like, I give up on arguments and I just let them have their way, even though like in my mind I'm like, whatever, shut up. I want them to shut up already, you know? So I'm not really good at arguing. And, you know, at this point I'm like, you know what, are you willing to talk to my husband? Just talk to him. She's like, yeah, that's fine. So le mandé a Sergio. You know, Sergio looked at the car and he was like, dang, like he even thought it was like, what happened? You know, I told him, I was like, no, like, that's a lie. He you know, obviously he's gonna believe me, because you guys, I think that if there was something that big that happened, I'm pretty sure there would have been some type of mark on my car, right? All right, so I leave it as that. Sergio is like, you know what, we're not gonna give you any information with the insurance, anything like that. You're lying. Like, how do you have proof? At this point, because I knew she was lying, you know, if you have proof and this and that, then, you know, I can try to fix it for you, like myself, or we can, I don't know, go about it some other way, but we need some proof that she did this to your car. You left the scene. I mean, she didn't seem to care too much at the moment. If an accident like that happens, I'm pretty sure you're at least gonna be like, oh shit, let me get off and see what happened to my car. So, you know, Sergio just left it as that. She actually threatened to like call her, that her uncle was a cop for like the county, something like that. And that, for us, you guys, I don't know, we're from the hood, and when you're gonna amenazar something like that pisses you off more. Like, how are you gonna come at me and just try to like threaten me with the cops? Like, really? So, you know, I was mad when she mentioned like the cops, getting the cops. I was like, oh, it's on. Like, you do not just make that kind of threat and then just expect to get away with it. So I was even like, oh my god, no. So once she sent me the pictures, I forgot to let you guys know, she sent me the pictures and I told her, you are lying. And she told me, do you want to get the police involved? And I just didn't reply to her anymore at that point. I just told Sergio, you know what, you message her because she's making me mad. So we, you know, I think a few days passed. I feel like 3 or 4 days passed, and I was like, maybe she like got over it already and she's gonna let it go, because she realizes that nothing happened to her car. So 3 or 4 days passed. Started getting a bunch of phone calls. Not a bunch, but I got like 2 phone calls in one day. Excuse me. And they left messages. A police officer left a message for me, and they just wanted to get a report on the accident. I was so shook. I was like, really? Like, a cop? Okay, all right. So at this point, I'm like stressing. I came to a point where I was kind of starting to stress about it, because it was like, not knowing what was gonna happen was making me like, I'm just that type of person that stresses out about situations that I'm not in control of. So if I have no control over something, I'll just start stressing about it, and that was stressing me out because I just didn't know what this girl was up to. So, you know, I called Sergio and I was like, you know what, babe, I think I'm just gonna make an appointment with the police and talk to them, and then just I know my truth and I know that I'm being honest. So there's really nothing that, if something happens where they have to get the insurance involved or whatever, then let it be. But I'm just gonna say my truth, and if I'm honest, they're gonna see cops. I'm pretty sure take some classes where they can tell if you're lying or not, and whatever. So I called back the police officer, and Sergio called back the police officer and for me, and they went on 3-way. And Sergio's like, you know, don't let yourself get intimidated. Of course, I used to be intimidated by cops, because obviously it is someone with a higher power, where you kind of get like, obviously a little intimidated. Everybody, I'm pretty sure, does, because you never know, you might say the wrong thing and you'll be arrested the next day. You know, you do not want to fuck with a cop. So, you know, but after like the robberies, you know, that happened to me, I feel like I kind of learned to know that a cop is there to help, unless you want to be like very como, like if you want to argue with a cop, that's when you're gonna get in trouble. If you're gonna kind of cooperate with the cop, they're not gonna be, you know, mean to you, or you don't have to be scared of anything. And I kind of just learned that over the years, because even with like when I would get tickets, which I would get a lot, when I would get pulled over, I used to be scared, like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do? But you know, I learned to kind of, I was nice and they were nice back, and even though they gave me the ticket, it was more of like not feeling scared of them. And yeah, so anyways, so I call back the, you know, we're talking to the cop and I make an appointment to meet her, whatever. And we meet at my son's school the next day, and she right off the bat was very, very nice. Sergio even asked her if she was related to the girl, and she said no. And you know, I believed her, so I was like, you know, even if she is related, like, I'm gonna write down my report. And I don't know, I meet with the cop and I am talking to her. She right off the bat, you guys, she was awesome. She was super, super nice. You can tell that she was a mommy. You know, she kind of, I could relate to her, and I was in no way rude. You know, I know I'm not gonna get mad over someone. Like, I feel like you get more defensive if you get mad and defensive. I feel like that's when you're lying, you know. And I feel like because I was so calm, I feel like they can see it, who's lying or not, you know. So, you know, I was explaining to her what happened. I was like, you know what, I was trying to back up exactly how it happened, you guys. I did not try to lie, anything like that, because you guys, if you guys could see the accident, the cop even mentioned the pictures, and she told the girl that she couldn't use those pictures because she had to take her own. And she's like, once I saw her car, the car didn't look like the pictures that she showed me, you know. So she's like, don't worry, everything's fine, you know, I'm not gonna blame neither of you, but you know, we just had to take the report. So, you know, I gave my full truth. I wrote down my report, and she just let us go. I don't know what's going on anymore. I gave my report and I gave my truth, and I feel like that's all they can do once you leave the scene. I mean, I feel like there's nothing more you can do. And I wish that they had the camera footage, but they told me that they couldn't reach. Like, it was I think a tree was blocking the cars, so you couldn't even catch that. And I was even telling her, like, trust me, if you see the cameras, I kept on mentioning the cameras to the police, and I was like, if you see the cameras, you'll see that I got out right away and I checked the cars and there was nothing there. And you know, she was like, don't, like, I feel like I feel like she knew that I wasn't lying. So right now, that's what happened, guys. I know it's something so small, literally, like, so small, turned into something so big. I do still see the girl around school. I think her kid is like a little older than Nathan, because they have Nathan separated. Like, the kinder area is separated from like the older kids. But I do still see her like parking and stuff, and you know, whatever. I mean, I'm more upset about the fact that she's trying to lie on me, because that's kind of like trying to scam me, como me quiere ver la cara de pendeja. But you know, I would have never, like, I didn't hit and run or anything like that. You know, I was trying to cooperate with her. It's not my fault that she didn't get more information, you know. But yeah, you guys, so that's how the story ended, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So today's post notification shout out goes to Janet Vargas. Thank you so much, girl, for commenting on my videos and for keeping up with me. And if you guys would like a shout out, all you have to do is, of course, be subscribed to my channel, like this video, and turn on your post notifications, and leave a comment down below. And I think with that, I'll just talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.